You just have no choice but to be that girl. And I feel like I'm that girl.
I've literally done this for 2 weeks straight. Last week I did it every day, where I just kind of laid here in his room in depression, because I have to think about what makes me happy, what makes me happy. And there's that conversation of, men, you guys try to make us happy, us women happy, but we still have to figure out what makes us happy and where do we want to be. And the more that I thought about it, I said, living here makes me very depressed. I've just been depressed. Why am I here? What is my purpose? And literally just wanting to rejuvenate my energy. I want to rejuvenate that spark in me. I don't like to get into this space. Usually I have my spiritual places that I go, which are all in California, way far away from Dallas. I have spiritual people in my life that pray with me or for me. And there's something for me to do. Certain opportunities have not presented themselves here in Dallas. I've literally just been forcing stuff to happen, and I just don't think life should be forced. So as I'm forcing it, I get drained. As I get drained, I want to detach. I don't want to be bothered with nobody. So I spent a whole week like this. So I'm packing up to leave. I've told everybody else that I've left already. And the ideas and the plans and the connections that I desire, they're not here. It's not saying that I want to not appreciate Dallas for what this experience has done. It's just my mission is done here. And now I've just been lingering. When you linger, that's when you start getting off beat. So I've completely lost my rhythm. Completely. So this part is difficult for me. I'm still braiding my hair in slow motion, but I had to tell Jason this morning, I'm leaving.
You have to do what you got to do for yourself, and, that's not for me to sit here and have a temper tantrum. If you have a plan and intuition of how you do things, you need to follow your own intuition. I can only advise, but your intuition is your decisions. So you got to do what you got to do.
I am moving to Las Vegas. I'm going to make 2 stops before I go. But I'm going to Vegas because that is the city of my dreams. I've always wanted to live in Vegas since I was 18 years old, 17 actually. I said, I will live here. And I would go visit like every 3 months, 4 months. So since 17 to 35, I've been wanting to live in this city, and I've kind of detoured that because of guys, because of relationships, and wanting to be a good woman and follow the lead of my man. Hey, I'm gonna stop in the Sheraton Gateway. Kelvin! Hi! Hello. Look at you. Hi! Talking to Kelvin is always just like a twin moment. I feel like Kelvin is my twin soul.
Metal. Metal is fun.
He's one of them, and he taps into the side of me that's nerdy and geeky and didn't speak up for myself when I was younger, and now I'm just ready to let it out.
I like that. It's like grinding meat.
This riff is fucking impossible to play.
This is impossible to play.
This riff.
What is this though?
The name of it?
No, like the type of music. Classical?
I guess you could call it that. I mean...
I like our friendship. I like the friendship that Kelvin and I have, because it's like we know each other without knowing each other. And that's like wonderful. I don't expect him to do anything like other than be himself and try to bring what he sees in me out as a creator. So co-creating with Kelvin and tapping into my darker, edgier side, it feels good and it feels normal, and I'm grateful.
What's the matter with you? Looking all sad and shit.
I've been depressed, Kelvin. I've been depressed about like my life and my purpose. Like, is it spiritual? Am I not tapping into something? Like, I feel like I'm just not in my highest expression. So I'm not having fun anymore. Everything's like a routine, or I'm getting like dragged down by everybody's energy needing my light. And I feel like I'm at a point where I don't want that. I don't want that. So I'm just, I'm here because I'm trying to figure out what am I missing in myself.
You want to know?
Yeah, from you, yeah. Because you're going to give me like, you always give me another perspective of myself. And I appreciate that.
Thank you. Well, what I think you got to do, you got to understand that life comes with the good and the bad. You got to have the bad in order to appreciate the good. So while we're avoiding the bad, because we always want to feel good about stuff, you want to lean into the bad. You want to embrace the bad. You want to give the bad a big old hug when the bad is going on.
I can't do that. Emotionally, I can't do that. Like when I'm feeling the bad, I go in my shell. You know, I'm a Cancer, so like I go in my shell. I don't want to deal with it.
The thing is it's gonna keep doing its thing anyway in the background. If you don't pay attention to it, it's just gonna keep eating at you and gnawing at you. So when you say, you know what, let's talk to you, let's give this an attention, a focus, it's going to allow you to be able to process it, as opposed to if you don't deal with it, if you just keep going into your shell, then you never really deal with it. You just kind of take it with you from situation to situation.
So no matter where I move, no matter where I go, it's just gonna keep following me.
It's like a ghost that just hangs over your head. It just be chilling and floating around you. It's the
Is it like Candyman?
yes, but far more entertaining.
Candyman was horrible, everybody.
It's pretty awful.
I guess I need some ideas. Like, you see my shadows. You can see what I keep avoiding.
Which you gotta embrace the bad stuff instead of like having shame or guilt for like making bad decisions. You kind of just gotta look at yourself and be like, you're a dumbass.
Kelvin just always says stuff just bluntly. He calls it frank. I'm gonna be frank with you. Like, you're being blunt. That's what you're being. But I respect that, and I need that, because when it's time for me to just think and ponder on things, I take it into consideration.
You make a lot of dumbass decisions sometimes. That's okay. Now that you are aware of that.
I feel like I'm more like wimpy. Like
that's still, I mean, you can say that's a dumbass decision to be wimpy. And why would you be wimpy when you don't have to be?
Because I feel like I'm not important anymore. Like, I just feel like I don't belong.
Oh, yeah. So we give ourselves the feeling of belongness. We make ourselves belong. You don't like need a validation or acceptance. Once you say, I belong to myself, you now belong. You know, it's that when we want to fit into places where we don't necessarily fit in, that's when we're starting to have the conflict, because we want to fit into places with people who don't accept us. That's because we don't accept us.
I listen to what he says, because he actually, if he wanted to be like a card reader or psychic medium, he could tap into that no problem, because he'd be like on point. And then when I ponder on it and I reflect and come back into my reality, I said, this nigga's right.
So when you accept you, you're saying, this is me, this is how I'm going to be. Then that gives people an opportunity to be like, oh, that is how you are? Yes, I'm not changing. Great, I like that about you. Or I don't like that about you.
I just need a change of wardrobe or something.
And I got just the wardrobe. Peep it out. The wardrobe of darkness. Here we go.
This is nice. This is familiar. Ooh, I like that. This is cute.
This one. That one.
What is this? Oh, jeez, I can't fit that.
It's my priest robe.
He feels like a brother to me, but like a sacred brother. Like maybe in a past life we were priest and priestess, but we had our own chambers, but we had a respect and understanding of what we were doing, and we would help each other in certain times. I want that. This purple thing.
Actually, this is cute.
What is that? That's some. Would I wear that?
A blazer? You're gonna.
What would go with my top hat?
That blazer.
Really?
Yeah. And this is
blazer.
Black Gambit sweater. Then the rest is just a bunch of t-shirts. Yeah, come on, this too. That's my mom's. Should I dress like my mom?
Any more pants? What size pants you wear?
Big. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, like these.
4, 5?
I mean, they don't come like that for guys. It's it goes by your waist size.
Oh, 32?
Two.
Can't fit that, I don't think. I could try.
Waist too big.
Ass.
Big old booty.
Those are spiffy. Go that with that. And I need a shirt to go with the blazer.
Like a button up.
His sole purpose, I feel, in my life is for him to remind me of what I can be.
Okay. You know what I noticed about you?
What?
You are the happiest when you are able to be creative and playful. So what I think a lot of your depression comes from is your inability to be able to constantly be having fun. People that like that job, they're always going to be like, you're not this, you're inconsistent or something like that.
Because I don't think I'm inconsistent, but that's usually a shadow that people say to me. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not trying to be inconsistent. It's just boring.
Yeah, and you like excitement. You like to be forever engaging your mind. And as soon as it gets boring for you, you get bored and you don't really want to participate. And so people see that and it registers to them as flakiness, but it's actually that you're not being stimulated.
I'm not stimulated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need stimulation.
I need stimulation.
Mm-hmm. Either in your mind.
Yes.
Yeah, you like to be challenged, not too hard, but not too easy.
Right.
So I challenge you to make it harder.
Okay. here. That's why you're my friend. That's why we're creating. Okay, I'm ready to do the next stuff. What are we doing next? Thank you guys for tuning in and stay tuned.